Okay, so welcome. I am Johnny, and so people call me Mr. John. This is my name, and I'll be your tutor. So, can anybody tell me why we are here? So, your exam is coming, and you need my help in which subjects? Please go on. Come on. Miss Young, Tai, Ngan, and Oan, do you have any idea why we're here? Come on, say something. Nói gì đi các bạn? Typical. Anyway, so we are here because you need my help for biology, isn't it?
Yes.
Hello, are you still there? Hello. Sao mọi người yên lặng quá vậy? Trời ơi. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Then speak! Then speak! If you don't speak, how can I know? How can I know if you don't speak? Okay, so your microphone... okay. Máy của Ngọc bị vấn đề. Okay, để đưa Ngọc vô waiting room lại nha. Xong rồi cho Ngọc quay trở lại. Don't worry, it's a problem with Zoom. Sometimes it's like that. Okay, you're back now. Okay, so bạn nào cho thầy biết đi. Chừng nào các bạn thi và bài SAT đầu tiên diễn ra vào lúc nào? So someone tell me when your SAT is, your self-control test is, and what do you need help with? Come on. Bạn nào nói thầy biết là bữa nào thi đi. Come on. Yên lặng quá vậy? Why are you so silent? Class! Listen, if you don't talk, then I will not know how to help you. Okay. Okay, one, you can just out and then come in again, okay? Because I think there's a problem with your microphone. Mọi người ơi, khi mà gọi online á, thực sự mọi người mà yên lặng á, mình không có biết được mọi người có hiểu bài hay không, mà không biết được mọi người có nghe được hay không á nha, tại nhiều khi có vấn đề về mạng nha. So when being online, I need you to talk, because otherwise I will not know whether you understand me or not, okay? That is the key here. You must speak, okay? Now, so Miss Ngun, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you know about the SAT, like when is their test?
Well, actually, I'm not in the BMC, so I have no idea when will they have the
Tai,
SAT.
so when's your exam then? So Miss Gunn is only here for observing, and she is trying to learn how to be a tutor.
Yes, that is my intention, and thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so Mr. Tai, can you tell me when your exam is?
About the chemistry exam or about the biology exams?
Anything. I can help with all of these subjects.
The biology exams will be taking place tomorrow.
Perfect. And now you're just asking me for help. Perfect. How about the other exam?
The chemistry exam took place. Let me see. In last Friday.
Wow, so it took place already, and so now tomorrow you have your biology exam. Okay, so
Yes.
Nhung, tell me, do you have any problems with understanding the materials? Like, what do you have problems with?
I have a problem with the chapter 5, especially
What's the chapter about?
the structure of microfilaments
The structure of microfilaments.
and
Right.
microtubules.
Tubules. Okay, let me check the book that I'm having. So basically, let me check the content of the book I'm having. Microtubules and microfilaments. That is the part about cell structure, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, cell structures. The working unit of life. Okay, and then let me see. Let me share my screen. Okay. All right, you can see my screen now. You see it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, okay.
The structure of the microfilaments. Let me just check. Control F. Microfilament. Right, so basically, you know that the microfilaments belongs to something called cytoskeleton, isn't it?
Yes.
So a cytoskeleton, what does cyto means? So cyto means, of course, cell. Moment. Please check the chat because I always send things through the chat. Okay. Cyto means cell. Skeleton. Skeleton means the bones. So cytoskeleton means the bones of the cell. So basically, if you think of cytoskeleton like the bones in your own body, that is very similar. Now, so there are three kinds of cytoskeleton in the body, which is, in your cell, which is microtubules, intermediate filament, and microfilaments. So basically, first I want to make it clear what does tubules means. Tubules means very small tubes. Những cái ống rất nhỏ. These are microtubules, mean very small tubes. The word filament. The word filament means like short, like the threads-like structures, pieces like threads-like structure. But tubules mean like, tubes. They are like tubes, like this, like tubes. Alright, so, and then you have microfilaments, which is very small threads. So, basically through the names, you can know that microfilament is the smallest unit. The smallest thing in the cytoskeleton, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
It is, because microfilament is the smallest unit in the cytoskeleton, and it is made of a protein. What is the name of that protein?
Tubulin, right?
No, actin.
Actin, sorry.
Actin.
Yes. Actin.
No, it's actin. Actin. Basically, it's the name of that protein that makes the microfilament. Tubulin is the protein that makes the microtubules. So that's why it comes the name tubules, tubulin and tubules, you know that. So microtubules are made of tubulin. Microfilaments are made of actin. Okay. How about intermediate filaments? Cái sợi ở giữa. Intermediate filaments are just made out of, I think, a combination of these two proteins and other things. So, Tai, can you tell me, or anyone in this class, can you tell me what is the function of these three microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments? Miss Nhung, do you know? Sweet silence return. Một sự yên lặng đáng sợ đã trở lại. Mr. Tai, do you know their functions?
I think it helps the cell to move.
It has the same what?
It helps the cell to move.
You mean the same function?
No,
move,
I mean,
right?
I mean the functions of the microfilaments.
What does it move?
It helps a cell, part of the cell to move.
Right. So you can think of microfilaments like a kind of elevator. Như cái thang máy đó. It's like it transport things inside of the cell, just like, you know, shippers, shipping stuff in a city. So microfilament is like an elevator or a kind of shipper. It ships everything inside of your cell. And how about the microtubules? Tell me, why does it need a tubulin or tubules, which is a much bigger protein? Tại sao nó lại cần có một cái tạo thành từ cái tubulin là một cái cấu trúc lớn hơn nhiều so với actin? Why does microtubules bigger than microfilament? What does it do? Okay, where can you find? Okay, yeah.
I think this is the framework of the motor proteins.
Where can you find them? Which structure can you find microtubules? Something that helps the cell to move. What's that structure called? Okay, guys, you need to be more prepared because tomorrow is your exam. That structure is called the cilia, or if you want to make it plural, ciliae. Cái roi của nó. So basically it helps in the cell movement, the cilia or cilia. And also there is another structure, it's called, cilia is the cái lông của tế bào. It's like the hair of the cell, but the structure I was talking about is flagellum and flagella. Have you heard about this one?
Yes.
Yes. Cái đuôi chính của nó, cái roi chính của nó. It's like it helps the cell to move. Like for example, think about the cell of sperm. Ví dụ cái tế bào của tinh trùng chẳng hạn. Nó có cái roi để nó đánh như di chuyển. So basically, flagella or flagellum can be found in that structure. I mean, microtubules can be found in cilia and flagellum. Okay. So, how about intermediate filaments? What do they do? No idea. Okay, they act just like a bones. They just make the structure. I mean, they don't move. They just form the structures there so that the cell remains that shape, you know. Nó chỉ tạo ra một cái cấu trúc tổng giống như bộ xương vậy đó, để cho cái tế bào nó giữ nguyên cái hình dạng đó, you know. So, do you understand the function of these three already?
Yes.
Okay, good. Next question, please. Câu hỏi tiếp theo mọi người, please. Miss Nhung, do you have any question? Miss Nhung, please. Hello? Are you still there? Okay, and so Miss One, can you say something? I think something really wrong with your microphone. Miss Nhung, are you there? Hello? I think something is really wrong with your microphones. I mean, let me check. Oh, Tuấn, are you still there? You and Oan is on the same laptop. Say something, otherwise we're wasting time here. I have to do other things. Please. Mr. Thai, do you have any other question? We need to keep on doing this one, you know.
I think it's the structure.
Oh, you're still learning.
No.
I see.
No. I think the mechanism when the motions of cilia and flagella, especially the dynein and the nexin.
Dynein and Nexin? Right. Is that a bit too specific, I think. Now, anyway, let me just find it. Microfilament, you say dianine?
Yes.
And Nexin. Okay, let me search for the word Nexin. Okay, so basically, alright, this is cilia. And so it is made of this structure called 9+2. So these are all microtubules, you know it, right? What? Miss One and Mr. Tuấn, your microphone is faulty. I cannot hear you either. It's weird. Anyway, please try to maybe use headset, headset. Just put the headset in there and then try to use it for online learning. Cắm cái headset vô nếu mà cái microphone bị vấn đề. Okay, so linker protein is made of Nexin and motor protein is made of dianine. So basically, these kind of cilia, they are not one thing. They are made out of so many microtubules, right? So basically they slide on each other. They slide on each other and they produce motion. And they are not made out of only one microtubules, but they are made out of like 9 pairs of microtubules on the outside and 2 inner microtubules. Nó là 2 cặp, 9 cái cặp ở bên ngoài của cái microtubules. Đều là microtubules hết, nguyên đống này luôn. Và bên trong là 2 cái microtubules ở thành phần bên trong. Và nó di chuyển qua lại với nhau. Thì nó mới làm cái roi, cái lông nó đánh qua đánh lại được. Okay, so and you can see that so each microtubule consists of 13 tubulin genes. So this is something you need to know as well. 9+2 structure. And you're telling me that you're still learning? Really? Tomorrow's your exam. Come on. So basically, you can see that when this microtubule doublets move down, it will makes the whole structure just move to the right. And if the microtubules here on the left move down, it will make the structure move to the left. So like I said before, dianine and Nexin, these microtubules movement, they make the cilia moves. So you can read here. In isolated cilia, so you just cut it out, like this one. In isolated cilia without Nexin crosslinks, so what does the Nexin do? We can say movement of dianine motor proteins causes microtubule doublets to slide past one another. But when you have the Nexin there, to cross-link the doublets, so they link the 2 pieces here. When Nexin is there, they cannot slide anymore. And the force generated by dianine movement, this one, causes the cilium to bend. So basically, without Nexin, only these microtubules doublets moves, and the whole structure is just like this. But when Nexin is there, when it moves, it causes the whole structure to move. You know, right? Nó giống như là bây giờ khi mà cái dianine nó một mình á, nó có thể nó slide, nó di chuyển được, nó làm cho nguyên cả một cái sợi microtubules này nó đi lên đi xuống thôi. Nhưng mà cái kết quả là gì? Nguyên cả một cái cấu trúc mà cilia nó sẽ không move. Nó chỉ có cái sợi microtubules move thôi. Nhưng mà khi có Nexin rồi, nó kết nối hai bên, cho nên là khi mà cái dianine nó di chuyển á, thì là bắt buộc tất cả mọi thứ khác phải di chuyển theo nó luôn. Cho nên nó làm cho cái cấu trúc 9+2 đó, nó làm cho nguyên cả một cái cilia di chuyển chung nó luôn. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Sorry, but what is the cilium?
Cilium is a singular, cilia is plural. So ít số nhiều của nó thôi. Nó là cái lông của cái tế bào. So basically, cilia or cilium, same thing. What do? They help the cell to recognize the surrounding. Nó giúp cái tế bào nó nhận ra được những cái môi trường xung quanh của nó. So it helps in cell recognition. And also, cilia can help the cell to perform what's it called? Sexual reproduction. Sinh sản mà có giới tính á. Sinh sản giới tính chứ không phải sinh sản vô tính. So it helps in sexual reproduction. So it's like when two cells meet each other, they have to recognize each other first, right? So the cilia will do that. Khi hai cái tế bào nó đụng nhau á, cái cilia nó phải có ở đó để mà nó giúp hai cái tế bào nó nhận ra nhau. Đó là cell recognition. Xong rồi nhận ra nhau rồi có thể là nó sẽ di chuyển, nó sẽ trao đổi vật chất di truyền DNA với nhau qua cái sợi cilia đó. Nó là một cái dạng sexual reproduction của cell. So basically, when the two cells are together, they recognize each other by cilia, that's cell recognition. The second thing, they can help the cell, the cell can share their DNA or genetic material through the cilia. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
I guess so. Next question, please. Câu tiếp đi mọi người, please. Nhanh. You know what? Lesson should be learned here. Next time, do not ask a tutor to help when you have your exam on the next day, okay? Never make that mistake again, okay? Đừng có phạm phải một cái sai lầm rất là nguy hiểm. Đó là đợi đến lúc mà ngày hôm sau thi, ngày hôm nay mới nhờ tutor nha. Chết á, kiểu gì cũng rớt à. It's very likely that you will fail if you do that, okay? So learn this lesson and do better on the next SATs. Okay, next question please. I'll keep checking my message in case you have any question. Tuấn, Oanh cứ đánh câu hỏi vô cái phần chat á, thầy trả lời cho. Just type your question on the chat function. I can answer for you. Okay, I'm waiting. Oh,
I have one question.
Okay, please.
About the protocells. Why is the interior is different from the exterior?
What kind of cell, please? What kind of cell?
Why the interior membrane is different from the exterior? I am talking about the protocells.
Protocell. There's nothing like this here. Protocell?
Yes.
Okay, right. Protocells are basically something that exists before the eukaryote cell, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so interior of protocell, they are prokaryotes. We used to call them prokaryotic cell. Now I think they call them protocells now. It's the same thing. Tế bào nhân sơ. So basically, these kind of cells, they are very simple. Their material, their genetic materials, and everything else is inside of the cell. And the layer are a bit different compared to eukaryotic cells, I think. So, did you know the history of how a eukaryotic cell was formed? Các bạn có biết cái lịch sử mà một cái tế bào nhưng eukaryotic nó tạo thành thế nào? Ngày xưa á, cái prokaryotic cell hay còn gọi là protocells, I think, nó nhỏ lắm. Nó có một màng thôi. They have only one layer. And once they have been consumed by a bigger cell, nó bị ăn bởi một cái con tế bào lớn hơn, thì cái tế bào lớn hơn nó sẽ cung cấp một cái màng nữa. So the cell that eats them provide an extra layer of the membrane, so that can explain the formation of a bilayer. But what I say is that prokaryotic cell used to have only one layer to begin with. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
I guess so. So it is important to know the history, how cells form, okay? So they start from very simple things, like protocells, we call them prokaryotic cells. Protocells, same thing. And after a while, they got consumed, but not digested by bigger cells. Nó giống như là cái quá trình mà ngày xưa, mấy con protocells khác nhau nó bị ăn bởi những cái con lớn hơn, nhưng mà nó không bị tiêu hóa. Xong rồi kết cục là gì? Nó sống bên trong những cái tế bào host mà ăn nó, sống rất là gọi là được bảo vệ, xong rồi nó giúp những cái tế bào lớn hơn nó sinh sống, nó function tốt hơn. It's like once you are eaten, but you are not digested, so you live happily with the host cell, and you help the host cell to live to survive better. Have you heard about that theory? Symbiosis. Have you heard about symbiosis theory?
Yes.
Symbiosis. Basically, sim means the same. Bio means to live or living things. Osis, quá trình. It's the process of doing something. So symbiosis is the process that cells live together or they live in another bigger cell. Quá trình mà những tế bào nó sống cùng nhau, sống cộng sinh với nhau, hoặc là nó sống một cái tế bào nhỏ hơn, nó sống bên trong một cái tế bào lớn hơn chẳng hạn. Đó chính là symbiosis. And there are two organelles that are so different compared to the other organelles. That is the chloroplast and the mitochondria. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Hai cái tế bào chloroplast và cái mitochondria, người ta giả thuyết là nó được tạo thành do hai cái cách hoàn toàn khác với những cái bào quang, những cái organelles khác của tế bào. Tại vì sao? Chloroplast has double membrane. The other organelles only has single membrane. Chloroplast and mitochondria has their own genetic materials. They have their own ribosomes. And because of that, those are very strong evidence that chloroplasts and mitochondria might have originated from different source. Đó, cái thuyết mà sống cộng sinh với nhau bên trong một cái gì đó, endosymbiosis này á, nó có nhiều bằng chứng lắm. Điển hình là cái chloroplast với lại cái mitochondria thôi. Là nếu mà bây giờ các bạn soi kỹ á, thì cái tế bào chủ á, cái ribosome của nó khác với cái ribosome trong cái chloroplast và cái mitochondria nha. Chloroplast and mitochondria ribosomes are 70S. Cái ribosome ở trong cái chloroplast và mitochondria là 70S nha. Tức là nó nhỏ hơn xíu và có cấu trúc khác. And the ribosome that comes from the host cell are actually 80S. Nó 80S nha, tức là nó là cái loại ribosome khác. And also chloroplast and mitochondria has their own genetic materials. DNA or RNA. It's different from the whole cell, and also because of that, chloroplasts and mitochondria, they reproduce on their own. They do not depend on the whole cell for reproduction. Bởi vì cái ti thể với cái lục lạp á, chloroplast với lại cái mitochondria nó có cái vật chất di truyền của riêng nó, có thể là DNA hoặc RNA tùy trường hợp nha. Và nó có ribosome của riêng nó luôn, cho nên nó có thể sinh sản một cách độc lập hoàn toàn luôn so với lại cái tế bào chủ nha mọi người. Đó là 4 cái bằng chứng rất là rõ ràng của cái thuyết endosymbiosis này luôn á. You need to know that. Okay, does that answer your question, Mr. Tai?
Yes, but one question is that I don't know clearly about the endomembrane system, because I think is the one of the most complicated one I have suffered from. I have learned
problem with
about it. Yes.
Okay.
I have to deal with it.
Of course, you have to deal with it. Okay, so endomembrane system, we call it ER, endoplasmic reticulum, isn't it? ER.
Yes.
So basically, what do? They normally there to protect the nucleus. Nó dùng nó bảo vệ cái nhân bên trong, cho nên nó mới phải có nhiều cái màng lưới nội chất endoplasmic reticulum như vậy để bảo vệ cái màng nhân, bảo vệ cái nucleus. So protection is the first thing. Second thing is that they can act like a storage. Chúng đóng vai trò như là cái nơi để chứa những cái sản phẩm. And they act like a place so that ribosome can stay on top of them. Đóng vai trò như là cái nơi để mà cái ribosome nó đậu lại, nó đọng lại trên bề mặt đó. And so they can play a role in production of protein, you know. Nó đóng vai trò trong sự sản xuất protein của tế bào. And you need to know that the endoplasmic reticulum, they can move. They can pinch off and then move. Nó có thể nó nhéo ra một phát, xong rồi nó di chuyển đến những thành phần khác của tế bào. Nó rất là linh động luôn á. They are very flexible. They can pinch off and then they can move to different parts of the cell. Like for example, they can move to the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. And they fuse with the Golgi, or they can fuse with other structure. Like for example, they can fuse with the cell membrane too. Nó trộn lẫn được với rất nhiều thứ luôn á. Nó có thể là nó tách ra xong rồi nó di chuyển tùm lum luôn á. Okay, so Oan say something. Oh, Oan and Tuấn said that their 3G is already out, so they have been out of Zoom. Oh, sorry. Better luck next time then. Alright. It's good that you asked a lot of questions, Mr. Tai, otherwise I wouldn't know what to do. When you study, you need to ask lots and lots and lots and lots of questions, okay? Because they say curiosity is the mother of knowledge. Sự tò mò là người mẹ của kiến thức mà. Okay, next question please. Miss Nhung, do you say something? Hello, are you still there? It seems like the internet in Hungary is just much worse than in Vietnam now. I have better internet than most. Okay, any question, Mr. Tai?
The last question I want to ask you is that the endomembrane system says that it contains ER, so
I mean, they are ER. They are ER.
Yeah. They are ER, right?
It's the same thing. They are ER. They don't contain. They are ER.
Yes, and ER has two types: smooth ER and the second one is the root ER. can you tell me the functions of the rough ER and the
you mean
smooth
the smooth and the rough ER, right?
Yes.
So the smooth ER, they are smooth because they don't have any ribosome on top. You know that, right?
Yes.
Nó smooth, nó trơn láng tại vì trên bề mặt nó không hề có ribosome trên đó. Còn nó có ribosome trên đó giống như cái mặt đầy mụn vậy đó, thì nó sẽ rough, thì nó sẽ gồ ghê. It's like that. Okay, so basically, ribosome, they help in the protein synthesis. So rough ER plays a big role in protein synthesis. They also store the material for that. They store the amino acids. They store the amino acids and the what's it called? I forgot. The basis for DNA making. Nó giống như cái chỗ chứa thôi, cái mạng lưới nội chất nó giống như một cái chỗ chứa nguyên liệu. Ví dụ như trước khi làm protein em phải có amino acids, và em muốn tạo ra vật chất di truyền em phải có các base pair, you know, A, T, G and C. So where do you put them? There has to be a place to store them, right? So rough ER, beside from being part of the endoplasmic, the endomembrane system, they protect the nucleus, okay? And they also serve as a storage system too. And they also serve in, what's it called? Exchange of materials inside and outside of cell. Nó cũng đóng vai trò trong cái sự mà trao đổi vật chất á, bên trong và bên trong tế bào, và có thể bên ngoài tế bào luôn nha. Possibly. Tại vì bây giờ vẫn còn nhiều thứ mà con người ta chưa khám phá ra hết trong tế bào nha. There are still things that people haven't discovered totally. But like I said before, the ER system, they can move, they pinch apart and then they move to different part of the cell. So that is transport of materials inside the cell. Hồi nãy anh nói là cái vụ mà cái ER nó tách ra được á, nó di chuyển đến các thành phần khác tế bào, tức là nó tách ra để mà nó chứa những cái chất mà nó được tạo thành, xong nó di chuyển đến những cái phần mà cần của tế bào, ví dụ như ngoài membrane chẳng hạn, hoặc là nó di chuyển đến Golgi chẳng hạn. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I can understand clearly.
Of course you can. More question, please. Now, so if you have no more question, I would like to conclude the lesson here. And good luck with your exam, and hopefully we'll meet again in tutoring sessions in the future. And please don't wait until the end and then ask for tutors help, okay? Hy vọng sẽ gặp các bạn những cái buổi tutor, những cái buổi mà tuition khác. Nhưng mà các bạn nhớ là đừng có chờ đến lúc cuối rồi mới nhờ tutor nha. Trời ơi, lạy luôn á. Oh my god. Anyway,
sorry, but because I have my private problem and I can tell publicly, so I can tell you in detailedly and privately.
Just send it to the class group. Gửi nó vô cái nhóm chat nha mọi người, tại vì thực sự mình vẫn làm việc qua VSA. I don't do privately like that, so let's just send it to the group chat, okay? Group chat.
Yes.
Okay. All right. No more question?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Ngân, are you satisfied with today's lesson?
Yes. I think it is pretty cool to attend a tutoring like that.
Oh, wow, it's
I
really
think
cool.
I can prepare myself to do the tutoring.
It's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I'm stuck here. You know, Saigon is still basically okay. Everything's open now, but people are so afraid of going out. So I stay inside and I work on my book. You can see here, this is my book I'm writing. This is an English book, vocab English book, and it's a bit, yeah, and it's a bit boring. So that's why I decided to help out. Well, I like to help. So hopefully we'll see each other in other tuition, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. It's time for dinner. I need to go now. I'll see you then. And this video will be is already recorded, so you can see it afterward. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
Thank
great
you.
session.
See you then.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
in your
much.
exam. Okay.
Bye.
Good luck. Bye. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.